손지야, 리바.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gengazi Plays Gravity Rush 2. Another choice, Raven, not another story, Raven's choice. And this looks like it'll be the end of Gravity Rush 2 after this. So I think there's only one more mission after this one. Which is sad, because this game came out in 2016 or 2017, there hasn't been any word of a sequel. Okay, this is pointing to here. Really is disappointing. I mean, it's so far of view when you get a game that actually has such great elements all put together into it. But this is another game that I would respect for everything that's done, and just the story, the characters, the level design, everything that's put into it. It just all combinates together to make such an impactful and like you don't really, it's a story you don't really know where it's going to go. The game could explain why Raven has red hair though. I think that's been explained yet.
What
What is saying this? Episode 5, Inner Demons. They're gone. It can't be. It can't be. Did you mess up something somewhere? Something is not right. Not right in the dream. This wasn't real. We were tricked, and the power of the creators was just stolen. Then I'll just have to steal it back. I'm not giving up on the children. How did I come to this? I'm having trouble maintaining my form. Yeah, why is Bill always relatively unaffected by anything? I'm gonna have to fight these two at once. Lumino of the Light, Tenribria, and Lumino of the Light, Tenribria of the Darkness. What do you want out of all this? What everybody wants. Freedom. I will not be sealed away again. I just want those disgusting humans to leave me alone. Guess striking a deal is out of the question. If they want to have another go, they'll get it.
I know it.
Raven, wait. You don't have what you need to defeat them. All of the factors aren't in place. There's a synchronization issue.
Huh?
Synchronization? What does that mean?
Limo.
Something needs to be reverted to the state it was in before the experiment.
Raven.
That something is you. You're incomplete. The last of your lost memories are here in this town. Find the rest of your memories. Remember who you were. Careful, they're not going to make this easy for you. Find your memories before it's too late. No, what the? Why did I actually go towards locking onto him? I was so alone when I came back to him. The memories are here. The ones from when I left Satya behind and became Raven. And after you met the other shifter. You still need to remember. Find the rest of your memories. Well, for Hex, I don't even know if they're going to be in Hexor. I mean, in Oddlore. Is there any direction of why I can't? Also, could Line help me?
See.
Scrounging from the trash, sleeping in the streets. I was so weak. Then the sea appeared. Crap. In the sea, I learned how to shift gravity. I learned to survive. I left Satya behind and became Raven. I heard a voice call me when I met Z. Oh. Dang it. Sounded so much like her. Like her? So who is this Z? Even when we first met, it felt like somehow I knew her. I remember everything. I wish you would explain. Also, this is how she gets her power. We're using her power. I remember now. And now you have the power you need to claim the elements of light and darkness. Creator! You won't get away with this. The world can't exist without light and darkness. We won't be so easy to control. The great and powerful Creator, thrown in with humans. Really. I'm disappointed in you.
I know it.
I haven't interfered. I've only guided.
See.
Raven, hurry. Their power to put everything back in its place. We need their power to put everything back in its place. Apologies, something just happened. I'm going... What the what? Where'd you go? What the? Before I can't attack him. Oh, I didn't see her power up actually. That's a white guy. Okay. Oh, come on. I can't stop the woman down there. Yeah, it's a young guy. Episode 6. Unshed Tears.
What do you want?
You'd better make good use of that power. It's all we had. We can barely maintain our forms, and we still need what little we have left for another time, of course. I mean, Control doesn't want to. Wants to lean a certain way. Stop. Unless the game wants it to lean a certain way. There we go. Nope, that's still turned that way. It's working, but we're not out of this yet. This won't go unnoticed. They're coming. There. Okay, what are these things? They're not letting the Ark go without a fight. The Ark is almost ready. The world is repairing itself, but it needs more time. I won't let anything happen to the Ark. Okay, can these things stay in one place? What the? Oh, come on. Maiden's techniques do not home as well as cats. Come on. Oh crap. Your car's really not that great for dealing with them. Come on. Good luck trying to do it now. But they're all fleeting. Well, they're all making one thing. They're all making one super thing, aren't they? Grab the giant collector's attention. Excuse me. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Really? How do you aim for that of all things? I did the same again. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, well, grabbing his attention doesn't seem to be working. Oh, come on. You know, what do you expect me to do, game? There's not much I can do. Bullcrap. I did the best I could, and the game said, you know what, that's not good enough. Oh, we're starting at half health as well. Seriously, Raven, can you not? Can you do this? Well, I guess all the little ones focus on me, so I don't have to worry about them. Out of the way. You know what would be nice if I go to the fucking Raven mode? Finally. That's how the wasting mission. Just it, that's all, you can only wait for that thing. That's it. That mode. It's the same thing that happened in the Kali Angel transform fight. Certainly has one weird body though. I want to go down.
Raven.
Raven, you can't do this alone. But I don't know why only one here. If I don't, you must lead that monster elsewhere. The other half, the other shifter, you need to come together. But she's frozen in time like all the others. Gone. Never expect a straight answer from a creator. Excuse me. So this is all happening because this is meant to be destroyed, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's probably what this is all about. This thing is meant to be destroyed. This collector, or whatever kind of thing it is, organic, mechanical, whatever else, is coming here to make sure it's destroyed like it should be, I'm guessing. The giant collector cannot be defeated by you alone. Follow Bit's advice and lure him to Cat and Dusty near the train station. The giant collector is trying to destroy the Ark. Keep your attacks to keep up with its focus. Keep it focused on Raven instead. While the giant collector is following Raven, guide him to Cat and Dusty in front of the downtown train station. Oh. What the? Dusty's still active though. There, I brought that monster to the station where Cat is. They don't know when to stop. I'm afraid they know what we're up to. They're moving on to purge Cat from the world. What? You have to stop them. Hurry, this could be our last chance to put the world back. I took out the small fry, but what about that monster? How am I supposed to take it down?
Dusty.
You?
Lena.
Yes, the Overshifter's guardian can help. Together you can be a whole. You can be whole. Just like Cat did. Oh, she forms a chimera. Still, who's Z and... Still don't know who Z is.
Zaza.
Raven.
Raven,
As
there's one
legally.
last thing you must do.
Toa. Las Wese. Shall we?
Now the Ark will return to where it belongs. There's something left before we can heal.
Pulla.
For the world. What? This world is surprisingly delicate. It's like a complicated puzzle constructed from glass. I've searched for the solution space, but there is only one answer. So, two things that must vanish from time itself to fix the world.
Shisewa. La Alpo.
One is the bus that fell to the bottom of the world. If the children on that bus never fell, they never would have needed the Ark.
Ansevi.
You mean stop the accident? Save Zaza and the others from falling?
Si.
Yes, that is a very important piece to the puzzle. But you are also an essential piece of the puzzle.
Love.
That leads me to the other thing that must vanish.
Sewa Sachia.
Satya. You were never meant to be born into this world as Satya. And as long as Satya exists, the accident cannot be undone. Raven, once Satya is gone, your past will go with her.
I know it.
I'm sorry, but this is the only way. This is the only way.
Osha.
Satya never existed. If I forget Zaza, everything will be set right.
Giuseppe.
I don't want a world where Zaza and the others have to suffer.
Loa V. Usa.
Are you ready to rewrite the past and put things back to the way they were meant to be? I'm the only one who can save the children. Yeah, I'm not controlling jack crap. Oh, is this like a section where I just control the camera and she goes that way? Zaza did everything he could to protect me. I can't really do anything, I'm just...
Zaza.
Oh, it's my turn to save Zaza. Yeah, I'm just along for a ride. I don't do anything. Setting the camera straight. You know, if you let me do the attack, I could probably get there faster. So what's Sachi then? It's getting really lost just pulling stuff like, what is anything?
La faiblesse.
The world has
Raven.
been overrun.
Just let
When you
do.
wake again, you won't remember
Zaza,
anything.
tu sais.
Not even Zaza.
Also,
Raven, what's wrong?
C'est ça.
I can't put my finger on it, but you look sad. Sad?
Je veux. C'est
Yeah, I suppose I was. Zaza, wait up!
Satya.
Satya, you dropped Grandpa's flowers. It's your fault. You run too fast.
Zaza et Satya, Noël.
Zaza and Satya. Zaza and Satya. Those names are nice. Zaza was named after Grandpa. He's the one who gave me the name Satya. I don't remember Grandpa, but Zaza told me Satya was his imaginary friend.
Also, Satya.
Stop bothering the poor old woman. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay. So I'm guessing what's happened is it's been rewritten that these things happen, but Zaza... It's weird because, yeah, Zaza would be the grandpa technically, I'm guessing, because look, they originally existed 50 years ago.
See, Everetta.
I was just saying, thanks for picking our flowers up.
A Raven? Oh yeah.
Raven? You're acting strange. Are you okay? It's a very nice drawing there. So,
Tu sais ça.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Tu dirais.
I think I am.
Mamoa Odu.
What would you
I'm
sacrifice
sure.
to save the children in the Ark?
Au
Everything.
revoir.
Also, we're showing the main game as well. Main story act. Well, I guess the main game is right. This is DLC. How often do characters get themes like this now? Just amazing. Wait, it's still the... Was he the Raven? This way. No, I'll try it, but it's probably just gonna take me back to the menu, isn't it? Right, okay.
Mamoa Odu. Anshabu.
Over.
Yeah, you can skip. So I see we're going, pressing continue will do. We'll restart with allow me replay the missions. Come on! Okay, that's not gonna be an option to skip. I'll just wait it out because this is the last episode of Gravity Rush. Okay. Gravity Rush series, I guess. Which is sad enough because this is pretty damn good. I have to say, I love it when games actually come up with comparable stories and lore and characters. Something so few games do now. That's exactly what Japan studio did with Gravity. I really like the music. Let's get proper phones and shit. This is a very short DLC though, I must say. Like, I thought it would... It's very good, it's very powerful for the main game. There's no story that goes back to the main game. There's all extra stuff. Yeah, at least it explains to children the art. Wait a minute, there's 4 options, wasn't there 2 before? That maybe might be something to look at, but... No, it's just a new game. I'm gonna miss playing Gravity Rush and playing this cat. Excuse me. But it really, really is one of those fun games. You can just sit back and enjoy. It'd be nice if I had someone like Mortal Kombat 11 now to keep me entertained. I guess I could always go back to Tekken and constantly playing Street Fighter 5 for the fight money. No, it's not going to get me anything. It's damn if only I could get a decent amount. Like if you got 500 fight money per freaking match win, I would be playing the crap out of Street Fighter 5. And you get like 50. I'm just saying that you can buy characters, DLC characters, and DLC stages. Fight money, but getting it is the pain in the rear. Okay, so no, can the ladies over here? Yes, she is. So, first things first, gravity storms are still not explained. It's like, the threat of gravity storms are explained. Don't explain what the pillar is. Don't explain why there's a bunch... No, wait, I think they told them to take the people at the top of the world pillar take refuge from the storms. Okay. Unless Z was a raven, I'm not sure who that character was. I think it is Raven actually. I'd probably put, you know, I might just put my laptop while this is going. Nope. Take off one set of headphones before the other. Wait, how does that work? Very weird. But, yeah, it's not there's a few other things, like, how can, like, the things that Cat and Raiden are fighting are peculiar as well, because how are they fighting them? Raiden just fought the embodiment of light and darkness and won. So I'm wondering why they were given the powers that they were. I'm wondering what kind, if they're dead powers or something. I'm wondering, well, Raiders got involved because they were moved by Raiden. By Cat's choice. Sorry. Any other lingering questions? Doesn't explain Sid. Sid, I think, is shown to die. And he's also mentioned that he dies. And just kind of brushes over that. Go ahead and check Sid. Any other lingering questions I have for you, sorry. Gravity storms are the main thing because they're still not explained. And also it's not explained. Well, no wait, the kid can control them for the same reason that I'm guessing Sid was Alias. The same reason that he controls him is the same reason same way Sid controls him. But does that explain why they're always appearing around here? I don't think so. So yeah, I think I'll just get into the game with you now. It's sad because I don't want to say goodbye to this game. Okay. So it's a gameplay, story, sound, characters, world, platforming. Gameplay, I give it about an 8, a 7, I give it a 7.5 out of 10 because it works great. Unfortunately, it's not as smooth as the first game, but I think the difference between this and the first game is that, like, say, things, walls like this now have things that jut out instead of in. They're just, like in the previous game, they were just all one base texture on the wall. This game, they have added extrudes to the models. So it kind of affects gameplay in the way the camera, the way the auto aim works and all that, that kind of affects gameplay. It kind of hinders it down a bit. The problem is it's not as precise. And also because the world is so big, it would be nice if you had a bit more speed to your movement. It's like, you know, there's even some missions where it tells you to go from one place to another. Like, it still takes a decent amount of time, like a minute or something. So yeah, that's a fair complaint. And taking down enemies, for Cat, the gravity kick does work well, but surge kick. Surge kick is actually good. By surge kick, I mean this one, because unlike the gravity kick, like it can do a massive amount of damage. The problem with the wormhole kick is that there's no good trade-off. It'd be nice if you do a charged attack and get in it. No, what would be good for this actually is if the wormhole led you in, but also teleported you back when you stopped attacking them. That would actually make it viable, I think. So you get in for a quick attack, and when the enemy's about to attack you, you get out. Yeah, it was never really explained why this mechanic actually doesn't come into use all that much. The fact that the mechanic of you needing to, you know, burst raw objects or Goliath, or I don't even know what the heck this would be used for. This the only one can destroy things, it may not destroy a surface. No, I guess not destroying the surface and sticking to it. So that one. The combo attacks are pretty useless in this game, I have to say. There's no way. That doesn't work. It works on... It does work on enemies It works on enemies not with quick attacks, but any other enemy, it's just not viable. Like, a good example is the fight with Fi and all his students, and like they kept rushing me, and there's no way to get away from them. Like I had to keep dodge. No, I can't even dodge roll. That's another thing. Dodge roll needs to be. It needs to go a bit farther, like double the distance, and like maybe a third more of the distance in one roll. Because trying to dodge a combo attacks from enemies just is not a viable strategy. Well, there's really only gravity shift for attacks. I'm not a big fan of the SP usage in this game. Well, I'll talk about the new style. New style, I completely forgot that if you throw an object in the lunar style, that's what it's called, lunar style, that it will freeze them and they will stay in place, because I didn't even need to use it. And these were not built for me to use that. So it was never a viable option. It was not like, hey, keep this enemy here. It was more like, hey, you have to defeat this enemy quickly and get on to the next. Like if this... Oh, I hate playing that, but this would have been great for a boss now that I think about it. Or at least, if you could do a charged up version, and you make a boss completely stop attacking you. I'm not it could do that, but I doubt it. I never tried it on the bosses, but it could do that. The Jupiter Strike, the Jupiter Gravity Throw it's great for damage, but unfortunately its aim is terrible. Like if you throw at something that's going to go towards them very slowly, and by the time it reaches, it could just completely miss. Gravity Slide is nearly unused in this game, although it does have one benefit, which I will show right now. Instantly go up any surface as slow. It doesn't matter, it will instantly go up a wall. It's much faster to do it that way than do it this way. That got up to surface. And that's me trying to do it fast. I didn't go to my surface. Babble, but still, it's just quicker and easier to use Gravity Slide. It's also more... It's more tuned to not screw up. Gravity Rush attacks. I think that's it. And the SP powers. I guess a bad one is actually there's two things I do have to say. This one where you throw in Lunar Star you throw a whole heap of objects. That's not nearly as useful as the last game. Probably because the enemy It's probably because getting it is so... Maybe if they... Okay, first things first about the SD dodge. It takes way too long to build. Well, no, that's probably because I leveled up. And before leveling... Yeah, that's it. I got a level up and I leveled up an ability where it allows me to get SP from just attacking enemies instead of defeating them. Without that, it takes so long to build that gauge up that it's nearly useless. So that's why something like this newer style one was just taken on a boss. It's too big. You can't move around while you're doing it. And the boss may be fast. No, you may just destroy one part of the boss and then it will end. I think it also lasted longer in the previous game. And then this one is a downgrade and an upgrade. It's an upgrade because it is now a sphere instead of kind of like a circular vortex. But it's also not movable. So once you go into that form, you cannot get out of it. I mean, you can't move your attack, so if the enemy moves away from the range, you can't really do anything. The Spiral Claw doesn't really do that much damage, I think. It doesn't do that as much damage, which is its flaw. Like, it took a third of boss's health. Doesn't. I think that's all of Cat's abilities, just okay, they're not as well tuned as they could be. I find the most violent thing is just throwing the heaps of stuff that's lying around, because that just can destroy the crap out of it. Destroy the extra now of anything. Okay. Design. The new world is... New layout, new world, Jigga Palau. I'll try and get over to that. That's very well designed. I really like it. It has this whole structure to it. Like this. See, Hexel was built to be small. It was built to be PS Vita game. It's nice that they kept it the same size at recent time, but it's not as big as it used to be. I mean, it's not. It doesn't seem as big in this game. Because that's not. It wasn't built for a game of this size. Jigga Palau is like free. No, it's free. It's free level. It's free big base worlds. It's a base world combined with three large areas. Yeah, it's a base world combined with 3 large areas, and you feel the depth and the difference in the areas just from going up and through, going up and down and left and right from one of them. It's going okay, which one? Leogana, and that one was that area is kind of small. But everything else, very large. And they all have well-built layouts, all well-built characters, designs, and one of the best things, tons of side missions. I can't complain with a game that actually makes me have enjoyable side missions. How many games can say that? How many games can I say, I really enjoyed the side missions, they develop characters and develop a story and make you enjoy certain actions of gameplay and make you, like, the mission where you had to stop the father from going to bars, that was very enjoyable. It made me use my gravity powers very quick, but also made me like the interact sections, which I kind of just got annoyed with at the beginning of the game, because I didn't know that stabbing people usually meant, okay, you can talk to this person that have the information. The world is... areas I wouldn't be so fond of are the new ones, because they're not that, the new rift plane, well they're not really rift planes, the mine sites, yeah the mine sites. Mine sites really aren't as good as the rift planes were in the previous game. I just mean design, they're just kind of bland. Yeah, I think that's a fair enough statement, they're just kind of bland in design. Like, once you go to one, yeah, and once you go to one, there's no real point to going there. Like, I have to grind for the full powers, yeah, full cat's abilities. I'll just use a mission because I can get more and quicker gems out of a mission. That just gives me to the stars that I could get out of any of the mine sites. And that's a battle overlook. I completely forgot the camera, but the camera doesn't really add much. I mean, you take photos of stuff, but there's a camera. It just works like the normal camera. It doesn't really have any special features or abilities. Still a nice feature though, especially being able to do the tripod thing. That'd be good. The camera actually would be a good thing for a social game. Characters are all. As for characters, they're all on point, they're all unique, they're all just hit every note. The only thing I would say is I wish there was a bit more of the creators, because they're the only ones that really didn't get fleshed out or appear in this game. So I keep going around circles. But we learned all about Cat's past as Queen Lua. We learned about Cid, we learned about Alias, which was something that I actually talked about in the previous game, how could we control Nevi. I still don't really know what Shifter's powers are, or where these Guardian Spheres come from, and why they're tied to Cat's family. That's something that's glossed over, and that's still to be answered. There's an opening that has to be answered. What are these? What is Dusty? And why are they only given to certain people? And I know Cats and Ravens I think is given because like the queers to say, oh, they need help. Okay, Z is the bird, okay. Z is Raven's bird. Okay. Next year, Shifter. Incongruent with the story, a lot of things do happen fast. The story is a great length, especially that last part. The last part, I think, is the only part of the story which is executed perfectly, which is a real damn shame. Thank you for joining. Just reviewing the game now, so don't expect free gameplay. The story. There's the people controlling Drukgyal Paralao, and they just die. That's all that happens to them. They're like, oh, we control this whole thing. Oh, we get overthrown in one mission. Oh, let them screw them. Then just sitting in the chair saying, oh, they're going to screw themselves because they can't do anything without us guiding them. And they die. And that is how they end. Yeah, that key. So I go for a reset. Can't not do. There we go. Oh. I can't. What the? Oh, come on. How can I not read that? I guess not. Yeah, that's the first Jigga Parallel. And then I thought it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be like Jack Free where they cut in and out. Like you go back to Jigga Parallel and you go from Aldnoir. That doesn't happen. Aldnoir just becomes its own section and then it just merges at the end. It's like the first game where it just completely pulled the story out of its conclusion, out of its rear, and then it just expects to, you know, go along with it. If that Edo chapter didn't happen, I wouldn't, thank crap for that last Edo chapter, because I wouldn't have no idea why they just decided to end it there. The final chapter is just so much more well constructed than the previous chapters. What even happens in the Aldnoir chapter? Brabin? And Brabin's another, like, Kelly Angel got a decent amount of life out of her character and bosses, but Brabin just makes a bunch of robots, they try to attack something, tries to do experiments, and he just dies. Yeah, he doesn't... That was the weirdest thing, watching the credits and just seeing, oh yeah, he's impaled on a frickin' spike. Or he's impaled on a bit of debris, and he's dead. Came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting it, and I was just kind of think, well, that's a character that was wasted here. Just brought him in to kill him off like 10 minutes later. No. Story. When it all comes around to the other chapter, when you get to see the top of the world. So in the previous game, you go to the bottom of the pillar, find you don't even go to the bottom of the pillar. You go to the bottom of the inside of the pillar. You don't know what's at the bottom of the pillar. World pillar. This darn thing. You're on top of the world pillar. You learn about Queen. You learn about Kat's history while she's down there. Yes, I think. You know, if you came in at the start of the stream, you'd hear me say, you know, this is probably going to be the end of the final video on this game. Yes, I'm finished the game, I'm finished the DLC. This is the last of Gravity Rush 2. And Gravity Rush for the moment, unless they make a sequel. Which I think they said that they're interested in the idea, but there's no guarantee on it. Okay, something I will talk about is the online portion, which is now cut. It was cut after 18 months, and the worst part about it is there are just things that are now non-existent that I can't get anymore. For example, there are free costumes in this screen that are just not accessible anymore because the game doesn't allow it. It doesn't even allow it. Like, I think the least the developers could do is make like in-game objectives that will allow you to get points and keep that shop open, the Dusty tokens. But because the online service is no longer run, Dusty tokens are no longer a thing. Finding those chests that I think you might see randomly. What do you mean? I just answered your comments. You just asked me if the game was finished. I just said the game was finished. And I said at the start of the stream that this was probably be the final video. And I said no to that second costume, to that second one. And then I'm pretty sure I said no to the first one as well. Anybody that's watching this after the stream, and you'll find just comments in the chat. Great. Oh, the Dusty tokens. Yeah, apparently there's also talismans that I could get. There's a talisman that makes Cat's gravity shift ability infinite, that's just lost forever. But there's no viable way for me to attain that anymore. There's no viable way for any newcomers to the series to attain that anymore. I prefer that after a certain date they just say, okay, right, this online server thing hasn't been... Okay, the online server thing... What were we saying? Was the game good? Yes, the game was great. I give it... No, I'll save that for a bit. The online server... After online servers has been off for like 2 or 3 years, I think. They should go, okay, all this kind of content that we did build for the game, maybe we should just give it away for free because people are still paying for this game. And they're probably wondering, okay, why can't they get those costumes? Why can't they get these cosmins? Why can't they... Why is there all this stuff they read about? Because like, there's still functions in this game which are annoying because there's the treasure chest. Every time I find a treasure chest, in the hours apparently it can take to do so now because it's offline, and crap, it's not a trophy. It asks you to take a photo of where that place is, where that chest is. And it literally serves no purpose now because the online server doesn't work anymore. There we go. There's also all the stuff that that no one will ever be able to get. Oh really? That would just be... No! That's... The physics behind that flying mechanic would just be exactly what I made. It's basically that mobile game I made in 2D. It would be that in 3D. It would be pushing, you know, it would be like pushing the ball, pushing an object in a game, doing that. So it'd be adding the force of and applying the force and the gravity to an object. Or maybe, you know what, it's probably this. It's probably applying a force to an object and getting rid of the gravity. It probably just pushes it in one direction. That's probably what this entire mechanic is. Thank you for making me think about that. Yeah, change of appearance. There's 4 things that I can no longer get. There's no mirrors, lights, wardrobe, or cooking equipment. Accessories that are just built into the main game offline. And then it's... How do they do this? I don't know, I think they probably just apply... They probably say in contact with a surface, and if direction is 90... May check the angle that they land at, and then say if this is... If gravity shift is true, and gravity shift is true, and contact with the surface is true, and flat. Somehow check if she is level with the surface, then that should work. Yeah, it'd just be applying the physics to the character and like making the character go whoosh. Instead of applying it to an object, it would be pushing you. It's just pushing Cat. Yeah, I wish the Dusty tokens, or I wish at least they give a chance to give Dusty tokens, because I don't even think they're applicable anymore. You can't even do the stuff that gives you Dusty tokens, but there's no store to use them at. There's no counter for the Dusty tokens. Online portion. There was a lot of talk about that. All I can, going on to the soundtrack, it's phenomenal. What can I say? 8 out of 10? Nah, 9 out. Don't know whether to get 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Because I think a decent amount of themes do get reused, and that's the kind of killer of the game. I mean, the boss themes, fight themes, A lot of them can get reused. It'd be nice if you mix it up. It'd be nice if you could stop gangs every now and again in this game. But having the character themes for Cat and Raven are pretty great. They fit the characters well. Yeah, it's just one. I think Cat's is more delicate, very triumphant and heroic, and then Raven's very powerful and dramatic, just like how she acts. Just fit the characters. Why not create a website before you? Perhaps. Perhaps they'd be more structured. Gameplay, character, story, soundtrack. Online portion. Well, I was thinking models, but the character models are just standard. They're pretty great for, you know, a bunch of distinctive characters in the anime game though. And dogs and having talismans that also attract animals to you. Oh, talismans, how do I not talk about talismans? It's a thing you will use, but also won't use. Possibly. But talking them out is a lot easier. Well, a lot easier to get through. Talismans do not serve much purpose. You use the best ones, that's about it. And a lot of the abilities they give are pretty useless, I have to say. Oh, damn it, Raven's there though. I had the string with Raven in it. Because she's also on the cover and let you know it. The main again, talismans go back into the online feature. Every night. Friends, I hope you enjoyed tomorrow. Yeah, thank you for stopping by the way. Talismans just don't really do all that much. You use the ones that you get from the challenge missions. There's a lot of decent things that I haven't thought about. So challenge missions, no, 3 types of missions. Yes, you get special ones from defeating the Nevi in the mining sites. You get ones from challenge missions. You might get one from a main mission or side mission. Or get one from side missions. You definitely get one from challenge missions. But a lot of them have no purpose. Like the best ones I use are, I think everybody's seen them at this point. These 3. Oh, no. Yes, not. Where is it? There we go. It's all these tonic enhancers. Yeah, whatever that is, I guess. Cat's ability takes a lot longer to refill, where in the last game you kind of it was a power up to have it refill faster. It's an ability that you can improve, and this game is not something under your control. Which is a more of an annoyance, I have to say. I'll talk about that. Yeah, there's abilities that you get in this game. The screen's going that fast. So what is it? Fighting, gravity kick, status field. Status field is very useful. Status field can grow up to like 10 or 12. So that I actually like. Special attacks I like because they have the ability to increase, getting SP from fighting things. Gravity slide, pretty useless. Dodge, that is okay, but it's the only real use you get out of it is increasing the number of dodges you can do at once. So you can do 4 now. So, challenge. I probably will have to end this one. Okay. So challenge missions are not a thing. That also leads me to say getting gems in this game is it's just not, like, I dislike games where you can't get everything before you complete the game. That is not how a game should be played, at least to me. It's like, I want to use this for the game, for the main story. I want to use this for the side missions. I want to use it for something. Do not make me grind for a game just to find out I can't use this item there. Or I can't use this ability there, which it does in droves. Like, it took me 5 hours of grinding to get all the gems that I needed to finish the game. And not even defeating the strange Navi doesn't even do that. There's a layer thing in the mine sites as well, which does not give you more gems the lower you go. And maybe it does, and it's not really effective. Side missions are in abundance. I love them. They expand the world, they expand the characters. Like, I got more story of Chaz and Barbossa through the side missions. And they're pretty interesting ones as well, where there's also mechanics where you can interrogate people and all these additional side missions that actually build on the world, where I really enjoy playing them. Main missions go by very, well, some of them do and some of them don't. Like you saw that DLC, saw how quick those go through, but then other missions may not. So, final thoughts on this game. It's an 8.5 out of 10. There are elements in the gameplay, but that's more towards the shifting rather than the enemies. How do I completely forget the enemies? Enemies are great, but I wish there was more like brute ones that attacked you relentlessly on the ground, if they had punch and kick combos or something. And like even enemies, normal people enemies aren't that great. It'd be nice if you had like a wide range attack is what I'm trying to say. Wide range attack. Attack multiple of them. Which you don't. Oh wait, you get Surge Kick, but then by the time you get Jupiter, it's useless. You don't use it on normal people. You don't get the chance to use it on normal people. I don't really think about that. Because there's like side missions where you have to take on a swarm of normal people enemies. They all line up. Wouldn't be perfect for that part of the game. Probably wouldn't ruin it actually. That's probably why it's not there. 8.5. Has a phenomenal soundtrack. I wish more games had a soundtrack like this. The biggest problem is just the shift in mechanics. Like, without the right talismans, which are now not in the game thanks to no online service, the game is a bit more strenuous because you keep losing. Without those 3 specific choices of talismans I have, I don't think it would work. Character designs are all great. Characters have a lot of flavor to them, have a lot of depth, they get a lot of intrigue. And also the fast forward, the 3 years that passed, they did right on all the characters. They did right on all the build up from last game as well. Like as I said, I wanted a clue to what happened to Alias. I got that in here. Designs of all the characters are great. Design, yeah, all the new characters have great designs. They really stick out compared to everybody else. I won't say much for cats. That's it. I won't say much for cats' extra designs here though. Oh, that's strange. You don't get a Queen Alua outfit. I don't think anyway, unless it's another one. No, wait, it's the mining costume you get at the start of the game. There's the schoolgirl .1 from the first game, and then there's a white cat one, but there's also a cat costume, but from the first game. That's the free. There's also a white cat costume that you get with a pre-order, but that's no longer available. The story ramped up. The story was a letdown from the first and second section. The first section it builds up, but then the characters and councils build up, get destroyed, and then we have a fight with Giant Levy, which I thought was going to also come back into play, just disappears, and when they come to Albior to help. I guess that's fair enough since they pulled the act together to stop it. After Cass and Megan acted out of it and defeated it, then everybody come together. I wish there was more explained on the creators though. That's something for a sequel to do. Explain the creators, explain the gravity storms, explain what's why shifting powers, why a cat in the, well, it doesn't have to explain a cat in the Reagan, but what is Dusty? Explain what Dusty is. And yeah, just doing that. Gameplay is still great. Attacking is a lot more fun in this game at least. But some attacks, like I was doing with Reagan, just miss. And that's annoying. It's annoying when things just miss. Where something like, yeah, it'd be nice if there was like there's an addition to talismans where it had like a permanent one where it's permanent talisman where they all boost your stats, so you just keep these and then you can boost them even further. Just thought, yeah, that's all I have to say. So I'm looking forward to, I'd look forward to a game of Raven even, but also seeing Cat back, so she goes into that. And that was a great build up in the end, although I thought there's going to be a bit more of that last boss where she, with the boy fighting her and then maybe transforming, also explain what the heck that thing was. That thing is just called the Darkness. Explain what, I already said, explain what spirits are, explaining what the World Pillar even is, explain the creators and explain the gravity storms, what they are, where they originate, why they originate, and how possibly this world all came to be. So yeah, 8.5. Gameplay could be a bit better with the gravity shifting, more speed. Maybe there is talismans for more speed, but it might be a 9 if I have the talismans and the extra content that is not available anymore. Great soundtrack, great level design is great for the base world, but the mining sites are kind of bare, but there's some that are good. There's some, like the Candle Zone, which I thought look cool, but there's not really much in them. And regular great characters. Sid gets a lot more character development in this one, and a lot of the other characters you see, like Brahman and I forget the kid's name. The one that calls her auntie. They get a decent amount of character development, but we don't really understand all their motivations. We don't get an explanation for what the heck happens to Cece, where that other one, but do we really need it? I don't think so. And from a sequel, I think it should just expand what's already here. This is a fantastic base to go on with. And Raven, and as I do genuinely love how much of this game comes together, especially in the music and the characters and their interactions and their motivations and their feelings and their actions, they're all crystal clear. You feel with them and you like their interactions, you think they're funny, you sympathize with them, you get angry at them. There's no... The outstanding characters are obviously Cat and Raven. Creators, I wish I got more, I said that. And I really like Lisa and Cece, and yeah, that's about it. It's Lisa, Cece, Raven, Cat. And Sid. And then possibly those two, the Chancellor and the kid from Eto. Like, those are the main characters in this game. Everybody else just kind of falls to the wayside, or at least gets a decent amount of character development, and then at least in side missions if they're not in the main story. It's gonna be sad to say goodbye. And the gameplay, enemies don't really need much more variety, but it would be nice if there was more application to the powers, like being able to stop an enemy in its tracks. Like, as I said, it could be a charge up move with using SP. It allows you to use it on bosses. Just more use for the abilities Cat has. More use for the abilities Cat has. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And this is Gengar Z, turn off his PS4. See ya.
Okay.
It's fair enough to do this one. Oh, dude. The apple. Also, I think there's gestures there missing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And this is Gengar Z. Turn off Gravity Rush 2. See ya.